How's everyone doing? Rudy here. Thank you, we've finally reached more than 1,000 subscribers. This is the long-awaited part of the Ultimate Farlight 84 FPS Boost Guide as said in my last video. In this video, we'll go through the 3 secret tools no one ever mentions about that you can use on your computer to get huge FPS gains, as well as comprehensive tips, techniques, and optimizations you may utilize that are compatible with Windows 10 and Windows 11 users. It is compatible with all system configurations including high-end and low-end, old and new, and any new system specs. Whatever the specifications of your computer, watching this video will ensure that your frame rate will increase. Before applying the optimizations, I highly suggest to make a new system restore point in case you made mistakes or don't like the optimizations. But worry not, as I have handpicked the best optimizations that will have no negative impacts on your PC. So jumping straight into the optimization, create a system restore point. You just search system restore, and from here just press the create restore point and then press create, and then just name it before optimizations and press create. So after you're done creating the system restore point, you can close this and now go to the pack in the link below that I have posted and download it. And from here, we will start with this program first called Optimizer. Just press yes. Choose the language of your choice. So from here, just follow my options. So enable this. Network unit is important. Good. And these 4 are self-explanatory, so just enable it. And then over here, I don't recommend enabling the system restore, disable system restore because it's important. Disable super fetch. You can keep it like that. Hibernation, like that, but disable both of this. If you are using search, then you can just leave this. I recommend to disable this, but it still works as you can just type when you press the start button. So now for the apps, enable all of this. So for the privacy, I recommend also to enable all of this. And don't hit the restart by changes yet. Go to Windows 11 and enable this. Disable TPM check. You can enable this. If you want to use Windows 11, even though it's not supported, you can enable this. Disable this. Restore classic photo viewer. I want this, so I'll enable this. And then for the Windows updates, I recommend not to disable Windows updates. Disable this, and enable this too. Actually, for those inexperienced users who don't know how to update drivers manually, I recommend to just leave this alone. Disable widgets, disable chat, and disable stickers. For the privacy, I recommend to disable every option here. Enable gaming mode, disable Xbox Live, disable game bar, disable Windows Ink, disable. These are all self-explanatory. So for the UWP apps, I recommend to check which apps you don't need. Xbox, Bing Weather, Bing, Clipchamp, which I don't need, Solitaire, People, Microsoft Sticky Notes could come in handy, Store Purchase, then all the other Xbox, your phone, Zoom video, disable it, also family, quick assist, screen sketch, those notepad, keep this notepad if you guys use notepad, Windows alarms, and delete that. Zoom music, is that you can delete that. Xbox, again, delete any Xbox apps. From here, just copy my settings. And now you can just press uninstall to remove all the unnecessary bloatwares. So once it's done uninstalling, go to startup, and from here remove any startup which you don't need. For example, OneDrive, you can remove that, so delete OneDrive. And now for apps, it's up to you. You can download apps from here. You can skip this part. From cleaner, just press all of this recycle bin. Then from here in Google Chrome, just check cache. That's all. You can press clean. Now once it's done cleaning, you can go to the network tab. Press this, flush DNS cache, and press yes. Registry, fix common registry issues. If you experience any issues with certain apps, you can just enable all. For me, I don't experience any issues, so I'm not gonna enable any of those. After that, do not restart yet. Now let's go to the second optimization, which is the hone control bat file, okay, not the hone installer. So open hone control, just press enter. When a pop-up shows like this, press run. Let's press yes. Type I agree. Create a restore point. If you created a restore point already, then you can just press no. So from here, the part we're going to focus on is number 1, optimization. So just press 1. After pressing 1, I recommend to enable the most important. I'll start from the most important to the least important. So the most important I recommend to enable is this CRSS high priority, because this helps with more responsive mouse and keyboard inputs. So basically reduces input latency. Just press 2 and press enter. After that, enable MSI mode, self-explanatory. It puts your GPU on high priority and therefore you get more FPS. So press 4. Timer resolution, this depends on what CPU you're running. If you are running a CPU which is more than 4 cores, I recommend enabling timer resolution. Low CPU less than 4 cores, then I recommend not to enable timer resolution. For me, it really improves the input lag. So press number 3 and enter. After that, affinity. This is also good because it spreads the CPU cores to multiple devices rather than one CPU core focusing on multiple devices. So it increases performance. So I recommend enabling it. Mouse fix, recommend enabling it. Or from here, go to your desktop, go to display settings, and then from here just check your scale. Choose the recommended scale and then make sure to take note of your percentage. And now you can just type in your percentage here. So my percentage is 100%, so I type 100%. Don't put a percentage symbol. Press enter. When it says you would like to restart, press no, because we're gonna restart later after we're done optimizing everything. So now from here, memory optimization, I really recommend this for those who are running lower than 16 GB RAM computers. I'm running 16 GB RAM, so I'm not going to turn it on. But just for video purposes, because it does improve performance, I will turn it on. I recommend to turn it on for most users. Just press no whenever it tells you restart. So from here, if you are running NVIDIA, I recommend to enable this, number 10. I recommend to enable this, disable NVIDIA telemetry. I recommend to enable this also. So 10, 12, and 13, these 3. Now, go page 2. If you are using Wi-Fi, don't enable any of this. But if you're using LAN cable, enable all of this. Type I understand. So all GPU tweaks, for those of you running AMD and Intel graphics, I recommend to turn this on. As I'm running an AMD graphics, I'm going to turn it on. And for Intel GPU users, press 5. But for AMD GPU users, press 6. Now, miscellaneous tweaks. Reduce audio latency. As stated, don't use on slow or old CPU. So for those of you running a high-end CPU, turn it on. But for those of you running a lower-end CPU, turn it off. Keep all of this, leave all of this, and that's all for the hone control bat file. So press X to close. And now in my optimizations folder, you can see another one called hone installer. Now just press and install the hone. Once you've done installing, it will say something like this. Thanks for downloading hone application. Before you'll have to sign in through your web browser. So just press this and make sure to sign in with your web browser. So I'm going to sign in with Google. And after you've signed in, it will show something like this. Just press open hone. And now it's going to load up. After it's done loading, just press don't show this again. Then just press confirm. After you're in this page, if you're 0%, that means your PC really needs to be optimized. So from here, I recommend to enable general Windows optimizations. Just enable it. Then enable this. If you are running a computer, I recommend to enable this. But if you're running a laptop, I don't recommend to enable this. So as I'm running a computer, I'm going to enable this. Next, timer resolution, self-explanatory. I've already explained a while ago. So for the power throttling, depends. If you're running a PC, enable it. If you're running a laptop, don't enable it. So as I'm running a PC, I'll enable this. Disable Windows Game Bar, enable. So now enable this, optimize mouse, gaming mode, gaming optimizations. So after that, we are done with this program. You can just exit out of it. Once you exit out of it, you can just press restart. If you feel pleased with your performance and have enjoyed watching this video, giving a like and a subscribe would really help me out. Next video, I will be covering on the new stretch resolution method for the new update of Farlight 84, and I'll also start posting new content about the finals, Valorant, and many other type of games. So stay tuned.